then he would tell the world that his cramping issue, this big, like, oh, I keep cramping up when I'm out there, is because he was overdosing on creatine. He thought at one point he may die because he was taking too much creatine. How little thought, how little consideration must you have for this beautiful sentient thing we call life to overdose on creatine? Peterson slides to 2. Michigan had an impact last night. I thought the Dallas Mavericks were, ESPN called the move questionable. We'll talk about this over the course of the show today as well. The winners and the losers of last night's draft. ESPN called the move a surprise. I would call the move stupid. The Dallas Mavericks took Morez Johnson Jr., 9th overall. You probably could have got him a few picks below that. But Morez Johnson Jr. played for Michigan last year. Played for Michigan last year, remember? And guess who the new head coach is at the Dallas Mavericks facility? Oh, yeah. It's Dusty May, who was the coach last year at Michigan. So now the Milwaukee Bucks, who just got that haul of draft picks and Tyler Hero and a bunch of other guys, you're like, oh, yeah, I've heard that name before. Now they got Braden Burries, the 10th overall pick, and thought, what a steal. If you guys want Morez Johnson Jr., take him. A lot of folks thought Adai Mara, the Michigan kid, would have been the highest draft pick from the Wolverines. Yaxel Lendeborg could have been mid-teens, 14th, 15th, 16th. No. Morez Johnson Jr. is taken 9th. They want to pair a Michigan guy with Dusty May. Braden Burries then slips to 10. Milwaukee Bucks feel very excited by that. Yaxel Lendeborg is taken pretty high at 11 by Golden State. And then Oklahoma City says, you're going to give us Adai Mara? You're going to give us a 7'3", 260-pound Spaniard born in 2005, 21 years old, is one of the older players in the top half of this draft. You're going to allow us to have that. When we couldn't stop Victor Wembanyama, you're going to let the 7'3" guy fall all the way to 12. To us, yeah, we'll take that. Give me that. And the Oklahoma City Thunder got Adai Mara, who might end up being the best pick out of this Michigan lot. The NBA draft last night was a little less chaotic than I expected it to be outside of that, the Dallas Mavericks and the Michigan men and how that all played out. And honestly, if not for the Giannis news, I would have looked at the draft last night and said, the biggest storyline, the biggest shock, the biggest oddity is that it went so smoothly. Again, kind of the question mark that I have is why Dallas did what it did. I went to Baylor, right? Baylor, Sikkim Bears. And the group chat, the old fraternity group chat, was blowing up last night. Like, man, I wanted anybody but Morez Johnson Jr. Why didn't we get Braden Burries? Everyone was consensus the Mavericks would get Braden Burries, the guard out of Arizona, then you hire the Michigan coach, and you bend at his will 24 hours after you hire the guy. And to get what? And could you have traded down a few spots? Could you have gotten something extra? Why did you stand firm at 9 on Morez Johnson Jr.? I think Mavericks fans are going to ask that question a lot today, and they're probably valid in doing so. I think you could have gotten, if you take the Mavs out of this, if you let Morez Johnson Jr. ride, he might not get drafted until 13th, 14th, based on the way this whole thing went. He might have been the third Michigan man to go. Oh, but Dallas got their foundational Dusty May culture piece for their new head coach and his new era in Dallas. Let's take you to the audio. Last night, AJ Dybansta, you've worked 19 years for one moment. Adam Silver comes to the podium, and here is that moment as Silver alerts the world Dybansta is going first overall.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Dybansta Jr. from Brigham Young University.
The debate, the conversation, it's over. In a class that's been touted as one of the deepest in recent memory, it is Anise, AJ Dybansta, the freshman out of BYU that the Washington Wizards select number 1 overall.
I will say this: when he said Anise last night, I was like, ugh! That was the first one for me. I have heard AJ and only AJ. So when he said Anise, I was like, oh, for a split second, and I cannot be alone in this. I thought we were about to hear the most random first overall pick in NBA history. There is a genuinely a second half like, what? Okay, no. It's still AJ Dybansta. Drafted first overall, he joined the desk on ESPN right after that moment and said that his dad had his phone. He didn't get a call. He wanted to find out in real time.
But you said to me yesterday that you have been number 1 in high school, you were number 1 in college, and you had no thought of dropping, is how you put it now. So how did this feel? And then also, when did you know? When did you get the call?
I found out when y'all found out. I didn't get a call. My dad had my phone the whole time. So when they said the pick was in, I was just hoping that it was me. And, Adam Silver called my name, and I was just super excited.
And that's how you wanted it to be, right? To live in the moment, to not get some tip from an agent or a call from a front office. You wanted it to be Adam Silver who gave you this dream moment.
Exactly how I wanted it.
And how did it live up to how you pictured it?
It's just super surreal. It's kind of how you envision it. Like when you're a kid and you just think about getting drafted, it's exactly how you feel.
I know you want to flip the page very quickly. You're already looking forward to Summer League and putting in the work. Who is the Washington Wizards? Who are they getting? And how are we going to be talking about you 10 years from now?
They're getting a super versatile player. Just willing to play multiple positions, guard multiple positions, but do whatever it takes to win. It's a coach's dream, I think.
What do you think, AJ, that you need to improve upon as you mature as an NBA player?
Probably just off-ball defense, just being more engaged and just consistently working on my three-point stroke.
Well spoken. The kid, his father, Ace, has been a really influential member of his life. And at BYU was pretty active in AJ's story and AJ's path. And every step of the way, he's just seemed incredibly mature and ready for moments and spots like this. On the other hand, we kind of questioned that with Darren Peterson because he was the Kansas kid that, again, missed 11 games, and there wasn't really a prominent injury. It was just this lingering cramping deal, and everyone was confused. And then again, turns out he was just overdosing on creatine. And where Dybansta was this golden child of college basketball, Peterson was marred in controversy because he played sometimes, he didn't play other times, and he was inconsistent. And it sounded last night like when Darren Peterson first took the microphone at the podium, that he kind of hated his life. Here is DP on going to the Utah Jazz.
I can't go back and change anything now. Obviously, I wanted to be number 1 pick, but I went number 2. So now I'm prepared to go to Utah and get to work. There's always been a chip on my shoulder, so I wouldn't say it added anything else, but now it'll always be on my mind for my whole career.
Awesome. It's okay. Great. All right. Thank you. But yes, Utah Jazz fans. Get ready. Get pumped. He's headed your way. He's on the flight. Jazz Nation. That's your game changer. And last night there were comparisons. He could be Bradley Beal. He could be Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant for Darren Peterson. Check back in on this in 3 years. He could be Markelle Fultz. Kendrick Perkins interviewed Cameron Boozer, who went 3rd overall last night. And this is a possible steal. The Memphis Grizzlies getting Cam Boozer at that 3rd pick. They get an NBA legacy player and a guy who dominated in college basketball at Duke and a guy who had this to say about not going number 1 overall himself.
Everybody's been wondering who's going to be the number 1 pick. Are the Wizards going to pick AJ Dybansta, or are they going to pick Darren Peterson? I know you've been hearing the noise, been hearing it. How do you feel? Do you feel like you should be the number 1 pick?
Of course I feel that way. I'm not going to say I don't understand why people say that. Those 2 guys are amazing players. Everyone knows that. But, for me, not being in that conversation, I don't really understand it. And I think, many years down the line, people are going to look back and say that I should have been.
That's the response I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I like the maturity from Cameron Boozer to say, hey, I wanted to go first. Those 2 guys deserve it. But you're getting a steal when you get Cameron Boozer. That's good, man. It wasn't the quote of the night, though. Quote of the night belongs to Yaxel Lendeborg, the Michigan man, played a year at Michigan after his time at UAB, walked into the facility and immediately hated Michigan State to the point that when asked last night if he would give his number, if he would give his dignity in exchange for the number 23 jersey from Michigan State alum Draymond Green, would he do it? Here's Yaxel.
What if Draymond says you could have number 23 if you rock Michigan State gear for the entire season?
Nah. I'm not doing that, man. I hate those guys. I've only been there for 1 year, but I definitely hate those guys. All that they were saying, and they can't really say much because I went 2-0 against them this year. So they're going to be little brother for me forever, and I'm not going to represent the losers ever.
A lot of Michigan fans excited with how Yaxel Lendeborg responded to that question yesterday. Again, quote of the night last night. They'll always be little brother. When we come back, who wore the biggest winners of the draft? The New York Knicks, the defending champions, grabbed a wily guard, but the San Antonio Spurs, needing to bolster a roster that's already championship caliber with just one more guard piece. They may have gotten the guy, the player they needed to win it all next year. Who won? Who lost? It's Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
The NFL has decided Brendan Sorsby will not be entering the league this
me out, and if I need a breather I can hit the parkway, be home before the bars all close, drink away the lies she told, think about the days she was a pure-eyed child, a rodeo queen, high school lover in a badass Jeep, far from the eyes of a watchful town. Mama didn't need to know. Good corn liquor to shake this cold, and good heart loving on a gravel road, Juliet. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Push came down to shove, I'd be a band for her love. Shoot sharp and walk away. She was good before she changed her name, and I bet that ain't all that's changed. Goddamn, I remember the nights. I was a young punk kid from a dried up town, Cold Car County full of hunting hounds. She was the one who kept those boys at bay. Her high heels and my red wing boots, cutting couches in the living room, Juliet. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? All this boozing, by God I can keep it together. Just to hold my baby close, get her moving down a county road, make up for lost time. She was a pure-eyed child, a rodeo queen. She ran on sex and gasoline, far more money than a boy like me could hold. Stuck holding these Juliet. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Me out, and if I need a breather I can hit the parkway. Be home before the bars all close, drink away the lies she told, think about the days. She was a pure-eyed child, a rodeo queen, high school lover in a badass Jeep, far from the eyes of a watchful town. Her mama didn't need to know. Good corn liquor to shake this cold, and good heart loving on a gravel road, Juliet. Won't you call outside?
And I was taking shots from the front and the back. Wow. Real who's who of the drops today. The Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood. I do be saying stuff sometimes, I guess. I don't fail to realize that. The Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization. Locked on Big 12. It is the day after the NBA draft, and your team just got better or worse. Did you take Markelle Fultz in the 2026 NBA draft? Let's get to the biggest winners and the biggest losers from last night. Of course, that is the first thing everyone talks about. It's the first thing ESPN released was their biggest winners, biggest losers, biggest question marks, all that. Before we jump into that, though, want to yesterday and the day before, I had made the announcement, and we discussed it on the show, that Curtis Poindexter is moving on to a new area of his radio career, and we are incredibly excited for his journey and following him as a pillar of what this show has become and a pillar of the show's personality. And with that, again, I probably said this 4 or 5 times at different slots in the show. I thought, I'll mention it a few times over the course of the week because we're rooting for him a lot, and excited again that he decided, I want to make the next big step in my radio journey. It's like, all right. I mean, I can only support that. And I get a text from my mom last night at like 7 o'clock that says, hey, like, all right, cool. Hey, where is Curtis? He's been gone for a while. Like, yeah. Yep, Mom. That's he has. You're right. I've said it a couple times. He's off the big radio in the sky here. He's bigger and better things. So we're rooting for Curtis, and that's where Curtis Poindexter is. His fingerprints will be on this show for all of time and the rest of eternity. We thank him for what he's done over the course of the 6 months since we kicked off on December 28th. But this NBA draft last night, I thought there were a lot more. If I'm thinking about losers in the NBA from the last couple of days, long term, you could argue the Miami Heat. You could argue the Washington Wizards with what they did contract wise for Trae Young. That was questionable, is the right word. That's the word that I would use for it. Losers of the NBA draft last night, kind of hard to come by. I think what the New York Knicks got in Cam Carr, the guard out of Baylor, is a piece that they can use for 8 to 12 minutes next year, namely as they decide who they can and who they cannot bring back in 2026. I thought the San Antonio Spurs getting Jaden Quaintance is a massive pick for them. They needed a guy that can play big, that can play small, that can stretch. He was a 5-star recruit, another one of those McDonald's All-Americans, goes to Kentucky, Arizona State. Didn't play a ton in college, lingering injury issues. But if you can take a guy who's former Big 12 all-defensive first team at Arizona State, if you can take that guy who after his sophomore season, where he played limited time but still has the size, 6'9", 253 pounds, and can stretch, and is a 2007, born in 07, there's a chance the Spurs can make that into another formidable force alongside Victor Wembanyama. I thought that the Charlotte Hornets getting a Christian Anderson, plug-and-play guy out of Texas Tech, after his sophomore season, I thought Anderson, I don't want to say falling, felt fairly appropriate to see Anderson go at 18, but he is an immediate impact force. He's the kind of guy that if not for such a loaded freshman class and a loaded draft, gets drafted 10th. 9th. He could be a lottery pick in a normal year. This was not a normal year. The top of the draft, A.J. Dybansta, Darren Peterson, Cameron Boozer, and I'm going to include Caleb Wilson, the 4th overall pick, Chicago. I don't know if we've ever seen anything like that. The depth of this class coming out of college basketball. Every analyst I've talked to, every guy who's been on this show has said the same thing. This is the deepest draft of all time going into the draft. Now, 4 years from now, we could look back and say, well, that was a gross overreaction. That was a terrible misrepresentation. But as of right now, it is the deepest draft that I can think of. Keaton Wagler, Michael Brown Jr., Darius Acuff Jr., Kingston Flemings, Morez Johnson Jr. is kind of the outlier out of that top 10. And I'm still wondering why the Mavericks did what they did. And I guess that segues well into these biggest losers of the draft, into these teams that I still have question marks about. So the ESPN, the kind folks at ESPN, refused to do the winners and losers of round one. They did round one winners, surprise picks, and questions, because in the year of our Lord 2026, we got to be nice, we got to be kind. Nobody say losers. Nobody be mean about the draft. Come on. And their biggest winner, their woo, W-O-O, they put, is the Utah Jazz at pick number 2. And why? Because it was believed by Jeremy Woo, Ben Golliver, and Bobby Marks that drafted number 1 overall should have been Darren Peterson, that he is the next Kobe Bryant. The quote is, Peterson was my number 1 player in the draft. He was available 1 pick later than that slot, and to me, that's simple logic. I could certainly be proved wrong by history, but I think much of the perceived risk around Peterson simply won't matter in the long run. Now that he's not addicted to creatine anymore, now that he's not overdosing on creatine, whatever that situation was, the Utah Jazz could have just gotten an organizational game changer. And a lot of their fan base, Utah fans, BYU fans, got up close and personal view of Darren Peterson over the course of his time in the Big 12 last year at Kansas and just didn't like him. They were like, okay, this guy's kind of a prima donna. He's not playing. He's subbing himself out. Those fan bases didn't like Peterson. And now he's the staple, the stalwart of what the Utah Jazz are going to do in the future. The Memphis Grizzlies are a big winner. Kareem Lopez, Cameron Boozer, that third overall pick. Again, in a normal draft year, unequivocally, Cameron Boozer could be or is the number 1 overall pick. Boozer is a number 1 caliber prospect. He could have gone first overall, and it would have been surprising last night, but going into the college basketball season, if you tell the experienced basketball viewer that Boozer is going to end up being the number 1 overall pick, they wouldn't be shocked. ESPN says that there is some nuance to this. Tip of the cap to the Grizzlies and top exec Zach Kleiman, who correctly read what was a very strong class for point guards starting at their 2nd pick and extracted value from the 2 deals by netting 5 future 2nd-round picks. The Grizzlies are drafting for the future, and Cameron Boozer now lives in Memphis. Congratulations. You're moving to Memphis, son. Their biggest surprise, because again, can't say biggest losers, can't say losers of the first round. That's too mean. It's 2026, got to be nice. Their biggest surprise was, of course, Morez Johnson Jr., the big guy, power forward center to the Dallas Mavericks. Dusty May, when Adai Mara got drafted to Oklahoma City. Again, Adai Mara is the 7'3", 260-pound guy that's going to guard Wemby. That's going to be a stalwart, a force down low. When Dusty May saw him drafted, there is a video. They pan the camera to Dusty, and the internet's calling it excitement. You know, ESPN posted, look how excited Dusty May is for his former player, Adai Mara. And Adai Mara going for it. Look, Dusty May, yeah. It looks to me, I've watched the video 5 or 6 times, he's kind of like punching the air a little bit. He looks more frustrated than anything. That of the guys that the Mavericks could have got for Dusty May, it wasn't Yaxel Lendeborg, the veteran. It wasn't Adai Mara, the big man. It was Morez Johnson Jr. ESPN's getting as close as it's willing to in 2026 to calling this the biggest loss of the draft, the biggest question mark of the draft. Why? Why did you do this at 9? ESPN says, this was an interesting pick, purely due to the Dusty May factor. With the now former Michigan coach taking over in Dallas, Johnson, Adai Mara, Yaxel Lendeborg could have conceivably gone in any order. Mara was generally expected to be the first off the board. Yes, he was. I thought it'd be Mara, then Lendeborg, then Johnson. The Mavs could have gotten Johnson at 13, at 14 possibly. But the Mavericks' preference here tells you something about what they value. And my question is, do they value Dusty May's opinion? Did Dusty May, his 25th, they did it. They answered the question that I had yesterday. Now that they have Dusty May, will they get a Michigan man to pair with him? Will they go in this draft class and take a guy that May had for a year last season? The answer was yes. They just got the wrong guy. Of the 3, this is the dude who is supposed to go 3rd. How? Why? And for a Mavericks organization that has so, like, you go back to Dirk and then Luka and the stability the Mavs had. Over the course of the last 3 years, they have just been at every turn, for lack of a better, kind of stupid. Starting with that Luka trade. And then fans were upset. Why'd you fire Jason Kidd? You're the ones who traded Luka away. And you fired Jason Kidd to hire a guy who's never coached in the NBA, and we don't know how he will translate. We're being positive about it. We feel good about it. We don't know how this is going to work. The Mavs have become one of the biggest question marks in the league. I thought at the bottom of the draft, the bottom of the first round, I guess I should say. The Boston Celtics, Chris Sinak Jr. out of Houston's a great pick. Minnesota getting Joshua Jefferson out of Iowa State. Those are experienced players that are going to walk into, I should say that Joshua Jefferson's an experienced player that's going to walk into the facility day one and compete for Minnesota. Cleveland getting Alex Caravan out of Connecticut. Dallas getting Koa Pete is a spot where I think you can still you can leverage pick 30 being Koa Pete as a positive, except for he got traded to the Phoenix Suns. So it's like, okay, well, you could add Koa Pete, but instead a guy who was projected top 5 at one point goes 30th overall, and he's a member of the Phoenix Suns. I continue to question what Dallas is doing and why. There's your biggest winners and biggest losers of the biggest loser of the draft is the Dallas Mavericks, who walked away with the worst of the 3 Michigan guys and took them at 9th overall. And the biggest winner might just be the Utah Jazz, who got Darren Peterson, a possible Kobe Bryant. The Wizards drafted the best player available, AJ Dybansta. They might be the biggest winner of this draft, though I thought those 2 picks would be flipped. When we come back, it's time for our universal biggest losers of the day. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
She thinks she missed the train to Mars. She's out back counting stars. She thinks she missed the train to Mars. She's out back counting stars.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Remember when I called Ronaldo washed? He did score 2 goals last night, so my bad. That's on me. Also, in the redacted category of the show today, this is a note to the kids when you're hosting a radio show. Don't do all your notes toward the end of the first round. Wait, hold out, ensure that you're ready. Reported trades. These are not finalized, but reportedly Cam Carr to the Lakers. So the whole help the Knicks win another ring thing, that's out the window. Joshua Jefferson to Brooklyn. He'll be a member of the Nets, reportedly. So if that's finalized, Alex Caravan to the Sacramento Kings, and again, Koa Pete to Phoenix. So he'll stay in the Phoenix area after his 1-year basketball at Arizona. So those are the trades and the moves from last night. None of those make Dallas look good. Point still stands from earlier. The Dallas Mavericks lost the draft. Sorry, Mavs fans. As somebody who, I lived in Waco for 5 years around the teams that I would watch all the time. I would go to Cowboys, Mavericks, Rangers games, Stars games. Was never a huge Mavs fan, but I loved watching Luka, obviously. And it's not like I'm not actively rooting against the Mavs. I'm rooting against idiocy. And I'm not saying the Mavs are idiots, but sometimes I wonder. It's time for our biggest losers of the day. Biggest loser of the day, pitchers who are mad when they give up runs. This is baseball is a team sport. That is the quote of the day from right field for the Chicago White Sox. And here is the full quote as heard on Chicago's CHSN.
Yeah, it's a team sport. If you're mad about giving up 2 runs in the 9th, take your ass to go play tennis or play an individual sport. So this is a team sport. We got guys back, and we're just trying to keep the train moving.
Sam Antonacci, post-game interview after his walk-off RBI single for the Rook against the Guardians. He's like, ha, take that, opposing pitcher. If you're mad about it, go play tennis. Addie, thoughts on tennis?
I mean, there's doubles. There's doubles tennis. It's not just a one-man game. But he's not wrong, though, if you're mad about it. Like, what he's implying is it wasn't just you. It's a team sport. There were things leading up to it that kind of led to that moment, too. So if you're mad about it, then you're not a team player. He's not wrong.
Go play tennis. I'm being told not to preface this whatsoever and just allow the next soundbite to play without any preparation for the listener. Please take a listen.
Name that person.
He did it again, didn't he?
Name that person.
He did it again, didn't he?
You have to guess who it is.
I'm telling you, the reflecting pool was vandalized. I saw it. It was the quadriplegic guy that shot the dude. It was the quadriplegic that can drive cars and shot and killed a guy.
It came in so fast and so hard.
Your Honor, my client could not have killed her. He has no arms and no legs. Like the most foolproof defense of all time. And then Snapchat videos surface of the guy who has no arms, no legs, shooting guns at the gun range. Damn it! How are you able to do this? That's a throwback from 2 months ago. And again, it's a crazy headline. You've got to Google it. Quadriplegic shoots and kills someone.
You're missing out. He's a cornhole player.
He can play cornhole. That's the thing, is America loved this guy, dude. His cornhole acumen. And then they're like, okay, all right, well, don't kill people. We liked you, now we don't. Hey, good morning. Laura Jimenez runs the board. Addie Bates produces. The biggest loser of the day, looks like he's on a family vacation. Jaden McDaniels finding out from a fan, hey, yo, dog, you see you got traded? Listen to this.
What's up, Jaden? You see Julius? You see Julius Randle? Just got traded? Brooklyn.
Oh, that's
crazy, right? I have to say something, man.
I guess it's not that McDaniels got traded, but his teammate Julius Randle, and he's just, it looks like he's hiking some sort of ruins. He's just on this big hiking trail with his buddies. When he finds out from a rando, like, why'd the guy laugh like that? I've got a problem with this guy. I don't think I would like this. Can we play the clip again? I don't think I'd like this guy in real life. Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst. Gross. Your buddy got traded. Biggest loser of the day, Einstein? Yeah, that's the case here. 121 years ago, Albert Einstein published a paper. But who gives a rip? Take a listen.
All of you have, actually. Chris Wright, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So 141 years ago, Albert Einstein, 121 years ago, Albert Einstein published a paper
Nobody
on the
cares.
Good point.
I never go back. And usually they won't catch you. But go ahead.
Published a paper on the photoelectric effect.
To be fair, he's kind of saying what we're all thinking. He cooked with this one. He was like, "Hey, dog, just shut up. Just stop.
Nobody cares.
Quit doing what you're doing. This is not. It doesn't matter. 100, 200. Stop. No. Off. Biggest, yes. Somehow Albert Einstein was a biggest loser of the day today. Biggest loser of the day, me. Again, for calling Ronaldo washed. Sorry.
Yeah.
He looked super washed in the first match of the group stage. He did not look very washed last night. 2 goals. 2 goals in yesterday's contest against Uzbekistan or whoever they played. Name a country. That's probably it. He was sprightly. That's the word that I'll use. So this is my personal apology to Ronaldo. Someone please pass it on and ensure that he's listening. Who did they play?
You're right.
Was it Uzbekistan?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody cares.
Correct. Bingo. Yep. Nailed it. That's 141, 121. One of those. Biggest loser of the day, Brendan Sorsby. So we're just not going to have a supplemental draft. The NFL has declined. Albert Breer tweets, Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby's application to enter the supplemental draft. SI Now has obtained the letter the league sent to Sorsby to inform him of the decision. Dear Mr. Sorsby, is how it starts. We are in receipt of your petition for special eligibility dated June 16, 2026. As announced earlier today, the league has elected to not conduct a supplemental draft this year. Under our collective bargaining agreement, the league retains sole discretion to determine whether it is appropriate to conduct a supplemental draft in any given year. The league has not conducted such draft for several years prior to your submission. The league had no plans to do so this year. They're just not going to do it. The money quote from the whole, I read through the letter. The money quote is, your petition filed, this is almost snarky from the NFL. Your petition filed 3 business days before the deadline without any supporting information or documentation and only after abandoning your recent litigation efforts to avoid NCAA sanctions does not provide a basis for the league to alter our plans. Like, really snarky from the NFL. Hey, loser. Not only did you barely get this homework in on time, but also you suck. And everyone's talking about it. So the NFL is not going to let him play. Get ready to learn Canadian Football League, buddy. We're going to talk about this pretty in-depth coming up in the next hour. Addie, it's probably not a very good day to be Brendan Sorsby.
Is it ever a good day to be Brendan Sorsby?
At this point, no.
In the year 2026, is it ever a good day to be Brendan Sorsby? I hope that he won a lot of money on his bets. That's all I can hope for, because you got no football career. You ruined that for yourself.
Do you think when he sat down as an 18 or 19-year-old to, how do I want to put this? Here's what is a little messed up. If he had sat down as an 18 or 19-year-old to do crack,
what the?
He would still be playing football, right? We all agree. Everybody's looking around the room like, yeah, I mean, he would have done crack and he'd still be playing football. It's a good point. But instead, he sat down as an 18-year-old and was like, you know what? $20 on the Indiana first half under. Oh, by the way, I play for Indiana.
That's where you went wrong. That's where you went wrong.
Some insider trading there. He knew his teammates couldn't get the job done, so he bet against them. He missed out on $5 million in NIL this year because of that decision to not do crack, but instead to do sports gambling in 2022. And now he will not play in the NFL. He just won't get paid. He might have to go into accounting. What is he going to do?
Yeah, do we know what his degree is in? Did he actually ever, do we know what it's in? Is it?
Nobody
It better
cares.
not be something like, nobody cares. It's gonna be interdisciplinary studies.
Not to say it, but it could be communications. We had a lot of athletes at Baylor who were communications.
There's nothing wrong with being a comm major, you know that, right?
I knew it was coming. I knew we'd get there. I knew that would be said. There's a high beach bacteria alert today on Tybee Island. We got Galveston going on out there?
You're going to let one of those amoebas get into your head, and then you're going to be all messed up for life.
Biggest winner.
It will fix me.
Play it.
Our biggest winner is Mexico.
Mexico goalie Memo Ochoa will start today versus Czechia. And it's beautiful. How old is he, Drake Toll? How old is he? 40. 40 years old. And his first start since 2024.
I'm going to let the break happen. I'm going to let the break happen. I'm just going to let it go right into... I'm just going to let it happen. Just going to say it. Coming up, it's our obituaries on the Drake Toll Show.
This is Westwood One Sports.
Hey, you with the curly bush on your head, baby. You know you're looking good, you know you're looking good, you know you're looking good. Soul sister, 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 woo. You're looking good, honey.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, baby.
Hey, you with the bad hip boots on, little girl. You're the baddest in the world. It sure would be nice, honey, if I could just make you my girl. And when you walk, you know you let me know that you're so very much together, 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 together. Ooh. And when you talk to me, honey, you know you make me feel lighter than a feather. I've never known it, but I've always wanted the best in life. And if I had you, honey, I know that I could forget about the rest in life. I can't conceal, no, the way I feel. You're about a head turner, you're about a stone runner. Hey, you with the curly bush on your head, baby. You know you're looking good, you know you're looking good, you know you're looking good. Soul sister, 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 sister. Ooh. And hey, you with the bad hip boots on, little girl. You're the baddest in the world. It sure would be nice, honey, if I could just make you my girl. Hey, you with the curly bush on your head, baby. You know you're looking good, you know you're looking good, you know you're looking good. Soul sister, 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 woo. You're looking good, honey.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, baby.
Hey, you. Ooh, ooh. Hey, you with the bad hip boots on, little girl. You're the best in the world. It sure would be nice, honey, if I could just make you my girl. And when you walk, you know you let me know that you're so very much together, 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 together. Woo. And when you talk to me, honey, you know you make me feel lighter than a feather. I've never known it, but I've always wanted the best in life. And if I had you, honey, I know that I could forget about the rest in life. I can't conceal, no, the way I feel. You're about a head turner, you're about a soul runner. Hey, you. Hey, you with the curly bush on your head, baby. You know you're looking good.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Is this also Green Day?
Oh my gosh.
No, wrong.
I don't
One
think
more
I can tell
guess.
you who it is.
One more guess.
I don't know if I even... Is it Vampire Weekend?
Oh,
Muse.
wow.
It's Muse. Of course it's Muse. How would I not know that? Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Addie Bates produces. Laura Jimenez runs the board. I was mentioning, I asked you in the break if the kid from Disney World died, and you said, what does that mean? Which is there deserves more context. I would have assumed you'd seen this story. Disneyland, I should correct myself, a 13-year-old boy
He's alive.
climbed out of a log flume, didn't know that it was called a flume, by the way, a log flume vehicle on Tiana's Bayou Adventure at Disneyland, and subsequently slid down the attraction's 50-foot drop. So he just climbed out of the vehicle, which is not smart. Don't do that. 13-year-old boy. And he sustained minor injuries. The video is... Idiot of the day. Also, like, at 13, he should know better.
Yeah.
He should know better at 13.
I guess I'm just not locked in on Disney. Yeah, I did not hear about that.
Well, this is from TMZ and NBC News. So if you're locked in on, I don't know, current events, you probably would have seen this.
I was locked in on Joey Loperfido hitting a 3-run bomb against the Blue Jays yesterday, okay? Read a book for once.
He just jumped out of this thing, and I'm going to shoot you straight. I shouldn't say this for legal purposes, but it does look like kind of a dope slide to go down. I can see why this was a business decision that I ultimately disagree with, but I can see what he was going for.
No, don't do it.
I'm not
Don't do
going
it.
to try it, and I'm not saying that I would try it, but it does look a little fun. He is alive, only minor injuries, so congrats to him and his family for him being alive. Good lesson learned. Don't slide 50 feet down Tiana's waterfall at Disneyland. Otherwise, you'll end up on our obituary. Wow. Yeah, who's dead today? Not that kid.
Well,
what is it? Okay, here we go. Dead today, my ability to read texts. 310 840-4910. We have one text out of Chicago. Caleb Wilson will be the best player out of the draft. Bulls will finally be back. Yeah. Top 4. So he's on the Mount Rushmore of draft picks in 2026. Mount Rushmore. It's middle of June, baby. I do like Caleb Wilson out of North Carolina. If he's healthy, he's going to be a stalwart. I've used that word 3 times today. I'm going to use it again. Stalwart. Also, got a text. Good morning, Drake. Thank you. Good morning. I love listening and highly value your thoughts and opinions. Addie, are we hearing this? And anybody, Laura, we got. Is this real?
Nobody cares.
Can we verify the number, please? Can we make sure?
Drake told burner account.
Is it my mom? It could be my mom. Good morning, Drake. Love listening. Highly value your thoughts and opinions. At number 9, who would you have chosen for the Mavs, or would you have traded down with what you saw on the board? And yes, I'm scratching my head with the pick as well. I thought, you know what? Great segue. Dead today, the Dallas Mavericks drafting strategy. Their draft strategy, I thought was silly. I like Braden Burries a lot. It was consensus that Burries was going to be a Mav. He's a top 10 pick. Ended up going number 10, and the Mavs passed on him at 9 to get Morez Johnson Jr., who's a good player. But you probably could have got him at 13 or 14. If I'm Dallas and I know I want a Michigan guy, I'm going to go get a Daimara. I'm going to go get, if I just need a Michigan guy, if I really want plug and play right now, Yaxel Lendenborg can kind of do it all, and he proved that in college. I know he's a little bit older. He's more experienced after a longer college career. Not one of those young freshman bucks. But I like Lendenborg enough to throw him in the fold and give Dusty May a Michigan guy who's higher on the board. Mavs didn't do that. I thought it was silly. I would have taken Burries probably, or yes, traded down and gone a different direction. Dead today. Not testosterone? It's crazy. Ken Paxton, Texas Attorney General, is now calling James Tallarico low T. Take a listen.
There have been attacks on your masculinity, on lies about your sexuality, attacks on your partner. They've been like on a level 10, 12.
Sure.
Paxton has even begun to call you low T Tallarico. What's your response to that?
Honestly, I had to look up what that meant. I don't think guys my age are really concerned about that kind of thing.
Yeah. Guy's got good testosterone. He's got good tea. Enough tea, Tallarico. Can anyone explain what's happening here?
Yeah.
Can I be honest? I don't really know these names that well.
Yeah, they're both running for Senate. Paxton beat out Cornyn. Paxton's also the one that was under a lot of
this is
legal
Texas,
issues.
right? This is Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paxton's the one that threatened to sue the Big 12 sports.
Yes.
Shut up and dribble. To sue the Big 12 if they took action against Brendan Sorsby, which now Brendan Sorsby's never playing football again, so sorry, Ken Paxton.
Yeah, he's also the attorney general that kind of had like issues with like tax evasion and stuff, so.
Okay, well, who among us? Who wants to cast the first stone of tax evasion here, huh?
Brett
Anybody?
Favre is in the corner clapping, okay? Brett Favre is like, I like this guy.
Sitting in the chair, just watching from afar, just clapping along. Just, yep. Tallarico's running against him for Senate? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the explanation. I did live in Texas. No, I don't. So, dead today. Teen pregnancy? Apparently, that is. We have hit the level where national outlets are complaining about teen pregnancy rates. This is a new one for me. Take a listen.
We still have 3.6 million births a year, but the problem is teens and young adults. From ages 15 to 19, the fertility rate is down 7%, and it's down 70% over the last 2 decades, meaning we're telling people that are young not to have babies, to wait till they're in a more stable life situation, till they're more financially secure, maybe they haven't found the right partner.
Well, yeah, they're 15. I'm sorry that birth rates are down for 15-year-olds. The problem is teens and young adults. From ages 15 to 19, the fertility rate is down 7%, which also doesn't seem like that aggressive of a percentage. Don't worry, the kids are still getting it on. That's just an insane thing to be like, look, man, can't blame us for birth rates. Teen pregnancy is way down right now. Okay, all right. Dead today. I'm going to do it. Dead today. The Giannis to the Boston Celtics trade. So it has come to light that the Celtics were going to send Jaylen Brown to Milwaukee, but then they didn't. Did you see that Brad Stevens today? Oh, I'm sure maybe it's in the quickie, but Brad Stevens was like, "Hey, just kidding. We love Jaylen Brown. He's a pillar. That guy's a great guy. We love that kid." Giannis could have been was shopped, I should say, from Milwaukee to New York with the Knicks and to Boston with the Celtics, but obviously ultimately ended up in Miami. We'll cover that in this hour as well. Giannis was nearly a New York Knick, nearly a Boston Celtic, and now the C's have to walk it back a little bit. We were kidding. Just a joke. It was all a bit. We love you, Jaylen Brown. Mwah. Awkward in that facility today. Those are our obituaries on June 24th, 2026. Time for the quickie top 5 headlines in all of sports. Addie Bates reads them. Drake Toll responds.
Before I read these, could you hear like a banging sound during that segment at all in the background?
Well, I mean, my neighbors are pretty active, and I guess it's 7 o'clock in the morning, so.
Okay. All right.
It's not unheard of. I mean,
no, that's okay. No, it's
they
just
they used to, the mid-70s, they used to build these houses way too close together.
I love that. No, Sinatra was back here. She wants me to feed her again, so she is destroying stuff. So after this, during the break.
I was told that when you were in Nashville the entire weekend, Sinatra didn't eat once.
Well, I didn't quite say that.
It's possible. You were alluding to there being evidence that Sinatra may or may not have eaten.
She's medium-sized sin now. She's medium sin, not big sin.
Oh. Because you don't have a roommate anymore, or you do have a roommate still?
I do have a roommate.
Oh, okay. Same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I
haven't
seen Jazz anywhere, so I don't know if Jazz is here.
Oh, no.
She might have moved out.
Man, that stinks. The other cat's gone. Oh, dang. I know you said in the break the automatic feeder it could have been on the fritz.
It was empty, yeah.
Dead today, Addie's automatic cat feeder.
I thought you were going to say Sinatra.
Nope, Sinatra's alive and banging on the counters, which I can hear on the radio now.
All right, here's your first headline. Wasn't me. Wizards opt for BYU's Dybansta with number 1 pick.
Yep. Go get the best guy available who has the least baggage. That was the goal. Go get the best player in the draft that has the least baggage. Wherever that crossroads is, wherever that confluence is, where those two things meet, that's who you draft first overall. That's why A.J. Dybansta went 1 to the Wizards. If Darren Peterson plays 30 games for Kansas this year, if he plays, I'm going to change that. If he plays 30 games for Kansas this year out of their 33, 34, then Darren Peterson is the number 1 overall pick. But he didn't because the creatine deal. So you got bumped to second. Dybansta would have been a great member of the Utah Jazz because of that whole storyline of Ryan Smith, the owner of the Jazz, BYU, his donor status, etc. But the Wizards, they made the right call here. They're going to have less headache, they feel, at A.J. Dybansta, and so I'm in lockstep with what the Wizards did. I think it's the safer pick, and I'm happy with it.
Stern says there's still time for the Mets to contend this season.
Howard Stern?
Yes.
David Stern?
Yes.
I mean, I guess. Was it 2 years ago we had the gay Mets, or was that the what's the big grizzly bear? The purple grizzly bear?
Grimace.
Grimace Mets. We had
Where did you get the
the
gay
entire
Mets?
time. Remember when, as soon as June hit and the Mets changed their profile picture to a rainbow,
Yeah.
they didn't lose the rest of the month, which was awesome.
Uh-oh. I'm being told that the San Francisco Giants are on the line. They have some.
Oh no, Buster Posey's very mad, very angry. If I told the San Francisco Giants, like, hey guys, if you change all of your social media to a rainbow, you'll never lose again. No, I don't think they'd do it. We'll get to that at some point this week as well. That's become how we didn't leave that 3 weeks ago is a problem to me. How we're still talking about the Giants pride hats.
Well, it's because the Justice Department got involved.
Oh my gosh. What's happening? The league was very clear in a release yesterday. We don't care. If you do or do not wear the hat, we do not care. Like, you don't have to wear the hat. No one's making you. Shut up. So I don't know how we're still talking about this. The Mets, you know what? The Mets do still have time. If McDonald's drops something whimsical or the gay community decides to rally behind the Mets once again this year, there's a chance that they can rally. I'm buying the Mets right now.
Here's your next headline. NHL exploring Texas expansion in Houston or Austin.
The NHL? Oh my gosh. Hockey in Austin?
Yes! Austin Ice Bats.
The People's Republic of Austin would love hockey. The Moody Center? Oh my gosh. Houston sounds stupid.
What?
Haven't we tried that before?
Yeah.
Houston sounds stupid. I don't know if the city... We got lucky that Dallas rallied around hockey, and we only got Dallas rallying around hockey because... I believe this. Because a kid from Grand Rapids, Michigan, decided he wanted to go to college at TCU, and a kid from Muncie, Indiana, decided he wanted to go to college at Baylor or A&M, and then they moved to Dallas after graduation. Like, oh, guys, I love hockey. And that's every time I go to a Stars game, it's just a bunch.
He goes, oh, guys, I love hockey. Why'd you say it like that?
Instead of talking Grand Rapids. That's. I've been to Grand Rapids. They talk like that. Come on, all the time. The clientele of a Dallas Stars game is very finance bro. Tech bro, finance bro, polo. Just came from my work at the big office building. And that will not translate as much to Houston. A little more oil down there. Austin, however, has that kind of modern tech bro, finance bro. Oh, dude, hockey's edgy. Let's go.
Watch it.
Dog, the Austin that you represent and what Austin really is are two very different things.
You're acting like you're an Austin aficionado. I was born and raised there. Born in downtown Austin Hospital. I was there in a hospital in downtown. I'm born and raised there. I know Austin.
And in the nicest thing I could ever tell you is I would never know. I would never know that you were born and raised in downtown Austin. And that's the nicest thing I could ever say to you.
Also, Houston would love to have a hockey team.
Yes,
they miss having a team.
7 of them out of the 8 million would probably love the hockey team.
All right, guys. Sorry, that's my bad, guys. I forgot that a kid from Valonia, Arkansas knows more about Austin, Texas than a girl from Austin, Texas. That's on me. That's my bad. I didn't read the room.
I just said hockey would be great in Austin. Austin is
but in Houston. Houston really wants a hockey team back.
Austin is both one of my favorite cities in the world and kind of insufferable because, might I add, Austin asks to be insufferable. Austin likes being insufferable. We're weird, guys.
That's been their thing forever. Keep Austin
Correct.
weird. And it's just, do you even know what it means? It's be like, you can go there and be your own person. You can be whoever you want to be there. That's what it's about.
Again, you are it makes me happy to be your friend. The fact that you don't seem like you're from downtown Austin.
All right, here's your next headline. NCAA approves new eligibility rules giving Division I athletes 5 years to play 5 seasons.
I both love this and hate this. I love it because it's generally positive. Like, now we won't have 28-year-olds in college football. However, My sister did just tear her PCL or MCL or one of those and had surgery and missed her freshman season. So, like, if she tears her PCL or MCL or something in her senior year, she'll be limited to 3 years of college softball. I do kind of hate that. It hits a little too close to home for me to have a valuable opinion on this. It's frustrating that she could see her career cut short by this rule because I love her. That's a minute.
Ronaldo becomes first player to score in 6 World Cups with 2 goals against Uzbekistan.
Washed. I could score 2 goals against Uzbekistan. It's not even a real place. It's a joke. Sarcasm. Obviously, Uzbekistan's very good. Ronaldo's still Ronaldo. Messi's scored 5 goals in 2 games, though. That's the problem with Ronaldo, is that's what he's chasing. That's kind of the metric. There was a time in my life where it was squarely Ronaldo's the best player in the world. And then the advent of Lionel Messi just poo-pooed all over that. Sorry to be deprecating. I mean, defecating. Whoa! Hey! Watch it. Kid's getting hot. Good for Ronaldo. He's so back.
Those are your headlines.
Nice, thanks. Coming up, the Brendan Sorsby situation just took a dark turn. No supplemental draft? What are we going to do with his ass? 310-840-4910. 310-840-4910. This is the Drake Toll Show.
It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore. I am sorry. Sometimes it hurts so badly I must cry out loud. I am lonely. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Remember what we've said and done and felt about each other. Oh, babe, have mercy. Don't let the past remind us of what we are not now. I am not grieving. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Tearing yourself away from me now. You are free. And I am crying. This does not mean I don't love you. I do. That's forever. Yes, and for always. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Something inside is telling me that I've got your secret. Are you still listening? Here is the lock and laughter, the key to your heart. And I love you. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard, and you make it hard, and you make it hard, and you make it hard. Friday evening, Sunday in the afternoon.
have you got to lose?
Can I tell it like it is? Listen to me, baby. It's my heart that's a suffering, it's a die, and that's what I have to lose.
I've got an answer. I'm going to fly away. What have I got to lose? Will you come see me Thursdays and Saturdays? Hey, hey, hey. What have you got to lose?
Yes, the Cranberries. It is the 7 o'clock hour on the Drake Toll Show. Laura Jimenez runs the board. Addie Bates produces. One more time. Again, this is the week that we... It's so hard to say goodbye to what we had. Who sings it? Good time.
Oh, you stink!
Addie, come on. Who sings it?
Full transparency, I wasn't listening because I was writing down the song that she just played.
Wow. Okay, name that song that Laura played. Song and artist.
Were you playing Arctic Monkeys?
I was.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
Not the cranberries.
The Cranberries?
If you could return.
I gave It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday. Because it Boys to Men. It's Boys to Men. My mom loves that song.
East Coast family.
But we are saying goodbye this week to our good, close personal friend Curtis Poindexter, who helped build out the show for the first 6 months. Oh, that's a good one, man. They kind of took a template. The Boys to Men had a template. They were like, all right, another song. Let's just make it very similar to the last one. And we can harmonize. Thank you to Curtis. The first 6 months of helping build this show out has moved on to bigger, better radios, the radio in the sky. The future of his career is going to be
sound like he's dead.
One of the great moments of all time. The day that we had, I don't remember his name, from the Akron Beacon Journal, who may or may not have been. He had a fun morning. He definitely had a fun morning. So I'm yeah. That's how I'll always remember Curtis. Is the day that Addie booked as the guest of all time, on this show. We'll have to replay that interview one day. Wow.
At the end of the year, we all take like Christmas off and we do like a best of show. You know how they do that.
That has to be, yeah. Laura, do you have the clip? I cannot believe a guest of this show said that on the air, but it happened. And Curtis couldn't take it anymore. Curtis said, and for that reason, I'm out. But we are rooting.
I always thought that was you.
No, you didn't know, Laura? No,
I've been unaware of.
That was a guest on the show one day who just was. He was
feeling under the weather.
Yep, he was. He opened the show, and I think the first thing he did was burped. It's like, sorry.
Yeah,
It was.
yes, he goes, excuse me.
It was genuinely. I felt it was an out of body experience, the entire thing, and we didn't recover. Thankfully, it was at 8:20, so the rest we spent the last 40 minutes of the show derailed. That was an all timer for sure. We're rooting for Curtis, excited for what is next for his career as he is tackling a new radio adventure. And Bear nipped a guy yesterday. Bear got a guy in the knee yesterday. Bear, the dog, my dog Bear, not a real bear. I've never been so.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. And it was playful. It was playful, but you can't do that. Dogs can't nip. You can't. It left a little purple mark on the guy's knee. That's
Does
what
he
I
know
said.
that if someone were to file a report or stuff, Bear could get put down?
They would put him in the pound. They would take him to the pound and put him in the pound. Luckily, it was a fraternity brother of mine that moved to Savannah recently. So he's like, "Oh no, it's good, dude." And I was like, "It's not good."
Are you abusing your dogs?
Bear spent time in the cage last night, and by cage I mean crate, which is where dogs go. Bear spent time in the crate last night. He was left alone for a couple hours to think about what he'd done, and I just pet him for the first time in probably the last 15 hours now. I'm finally coming back around to it. He needs to understand the weight of what happened here. There are consequences to his actions.
I think this all happens because you don't let your dogs on your couches. I think that's why he does this. So he's retaliating. I put a poll out on Instagram. The only person who said they don't let their dog on the couches was Drake Toll.
Wow.
My sister. No. My sister.
Thank you, Laura. I paid I paid a lot of money for that couch.
No,
he paid good hard.
My sister's dog was well behaved. She did chill dog.
Still no couch.
Coda,
I don't want my couch.
Coda and I would take naps on the couch together. Like, mi casa, su casa.
It's a personality thing. You need to
I bought a couch off of Facebook Marketplace that's in the shed, and he goes on that couch all the time. I don't care about that couch. That's just the shed couch. The house couch, though?
Working on the night moves.
Woke last night the sound of thunder. How far off I sat and wondered. It's such. What's the line about? Had points all her own, sitting way up high. You're talking about boobs. Like, what a weird way to describe boobs, man. Like, what's just a jacked up way. Points of her own, sitting way up high. What's Bob Seger, dog? Stop. And everybody collectively is like, it's one of the greatest songs ever. It's beautiful. It's like, no. Listen to the woke last night to the sound of thunder. What? Bob Seger did not cook with that, and Brendan Sorsby didn't cook with this. No supplemental draft for you. No soup for you. His football career might be over, by the way. One day, as an 18-year-old in 2022, our friend Brendan Sorsby sat down at his computer, at his little phone, at something, and said, what if I bet against my own college football team? And that is exactly what he did as a redshirt freshman at Indiana during his redshirt season, I should say. So he wasn't playing, and the NCAA was clear. The integrity of the game was not compromised. Whoa, that's a big line there. And so Sorsby does very bad thing. I said it earlier in the show, I'll say it again. If Brendan Sorsby, as an 18-year-old, had sat down and done crack, he would still be playing football. Instead, Brendan Sorsby, as option 2, he went with betting on his own college football team and ultimately against his own college football team, like first half unders and player props for guys that he knew. You cannot do that. We've been very clear. You can't do it. And so what happens? He goes to Texas Tech. After a career at Cincinnati, where he's pretty solid, becomes one of the top quarterback transfers in the country, 5-star guy, goes to Texas Tech on a $5 million NIL contract. Then it comes to light, oh, dang, Brendan Sorsby's been betting. Well, yeah, he's been betting on his own team, and Texas Tech fights this. Sorsby fights this. Sorsby fights it in court with Jeffrey Kessler, one of the best attorneys out there at destroying the NCAA. So what does Kessler do? He destroys the NCAA. Let my people go. The NCAA gets kind of, they get put in the corner because now a judge in Tarrant County, Texas says, yep, let him play. Temporary injunction, the kid's going to be able to play. And it just throws the whole thing for a loop when the Big 12 conference says, we don't think we like that. As a league, we're going to sue Texas Tech and Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General, to find out whether or not we as the conference can take a kid's eligibility. Whether or not we as a conference can tell a player, you are not allowed to take the football field in this league. And when that happened, Sorsby said, well, I don't think I'm going to like the result of what the Big 12 finds. I don't think I'm going to like the result of when a federal judge is clear that the Big 12 conference can bench me, can end my college career. So I need to act fast. I only have a week left to apply for the NFL supplemental draft. Now, the supplemental draft is for the crooks of the world. Ye who did bad things and cannot play college football again. Weird caveat to this is Sorsby still could play college football. Remember, that judge told him he could. He had a temporary injunction. So Sorsby's allowed to play college football. So the NFL can't hold a supplemental draft for that guy. Sorsby has to unsue the NCAA. Sorsby has to retract his suit. Just kidding. I didn't mean it. I'm not suing you anymore. Tell me I'm ineligible. So the NCAA says, get out of our hair. We don't even know you. Please go home. You're not eligible anymore. Fine. Unsue us. That gives Sorsby the green light for the NFL supplemental draft. Here's the problem. Is the NFL came back to Sorsby yesterday and said, no, we actually, as a league, don't bow to your whim. You did a bad thing. And instead of facing the consequences of that bad thing, you want your reward to be the NFL? You fought against the bad thing you did. You fought against the consequences. You fought to still play college football, to still be available for Texas Tech. You were not going to pay the price. So let's teach you a lesson. Let's set a tone. Our league doesn't have to do a supplemental draft. We don't have to allow you to play in the NFL next season. So Sorsby has been blocked. The league says you filed this 3 business days before the deadline with no evidence, with no backing. Why would we, the NFL, give you a second chance after you bet on your own team, bet against your own team? That's the one thing that's the big no-no here. So you know what? No, you can't play here. Again, there's something backwards about it a bit to me that he could have done crack at the age of 19, and he'd be playing in the NFL. He'd be playing at Texas Tech. He could have robbed someone. He could have driven a car 117 miles an hour into someone else and then fled. Could have left the scene and would still be playing at Texas Tech or playing in the NFL. But nope. He placed 40 bets on or against his own college football team in 2022 while redshirting at Indiana. And now his career might be over. He'll lose an incredibly critical development year. This kid's, 22, 23 years old? He's at a dead end. He can't play in the NCAA. He cannot play in the NFL. He can't sign as a free agent. The supplemental draft was his only bridge to get to the National Football League. That's gone. And now the NFL is setting a precedent that, hey, we're going to take you, college football player, and say that if you're betting, you can't play here. Now, Keyshawn Butte or Hunter Deckers, right? There are some examples of guys who may or may not have bet on their own team. The NFL's had some leniency, but in this case, no. There's an integrity risk. And the National Football League says that Brendan Sorsby cannot play here. And I do feel a bit for the human being, Brendan Sorsby. There cannot be a lonelier place in the world right now than that dude's mind. This is a bad situation for Texas Tech. It's a bad situation for Brendan Sorsby, for his lawyers, for the entirety of those involved. And now it's over. Brendan Sorsby's football career may just be over. When we come back, what Giannis Antetokounmpo was almost a member of the Boston Celtics? For Jaylen Brown? That's got to be kind of awkward for current member of the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown. This is the Drake Toll Show.
South Beach is going Greek. Yeah! The Miami Heat have won the Giannis.
let's take you to Boston. Let's ship you up there, if you will. Ever heard that one before? The pursuit of Giannis Antetokounmpo for my friends of the Boston Celtics is not a problem. Everybody probably wants some Giannis. Certified NBA star, the last decade. He's the guy you've heard about. He's the guy who's been in the. He is still at the top of his game enough to compete for championships. Giannis is one of the best players in the NBA. Again, the last 10 years, he's a guy that you, year in, year out, annually, that you hear about, that dominates the headlines. He was the guy in Milwaukee. You know, you walk into a city, Caitlin Clark poster, LeBron James poster. Patrick Mahomes is on the hotel for some reason, this big fat head. By the way, whatever happened to fat heads? That was a fun era. We kind of got away from that. And in Milwaukee, that was Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, things got stale. Milwaukee did everything they could to keep him after he said that he kind of wanted to go. It's like, I don't know if I want to be here anymore. Milwaukee said, no. We'll do whatever we can. They would bow to Giannis. We'll go get Damian Lillard. They would bow to Giannis. We'll help you compete. Come on, we promise. Just don't leave. This city needs a star like Giannis Antetokounmpo. I was in Milwaukee 3 weeks ago, and at that point in time, he was still a member of the Bucks, and you could walk around downtown, and it's that. Fat heads, pictures, posters, signed jerseys, frames that all have Giannis at the forefront of them. The city loved Giannis. Giannis got tired of the city. That was the case when he requested a trade. And while there wasn't a trade made before the deadline, and Giannis had come out publicly and said, "Oh, I love Milwaukee and I want to be here, and this could be a permanent answer for me." That wasn't the case when he was traded to the Miami Heat alongside Bobby Portis for Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, a bunch of guys you probably haven't really heard of, and 5 draft picks. And now Giannis is gone. And yet somehow that's not where the firestorm begins. That's not where the headlines have taken us. Instead, yesterday, Chris Sachi, Locked On Knicks, joins the Drake Toll Show and says, hey, Giannis was almost a Knick. Giannis actually wanted to play for the Knicks. And then it surfaces that there were conversations between the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks about the future of Giannis Antetokounmpo. I want to find it. Sachi sent me a text message last night. This is a report from Shams with ESPN. And it says, still, Antetokounmpo pushed for a trade, with his reps making it clear that the New York Knicks were his preferred destination. The Bucks and Knicks briefly engaged in discussions last summer, but New York never believed Milwaukee seriously considered trading its superstar. The Bucks, on the other hand, believed the Knicks' offers were never serious enough. And that's why he never landed in New York. That would be storyline enough for a full segment on the Drake Toll Show. What would it have been like if Giannis Antetokounmpo was a New York Knick? They would have won the finals ×2 this year. Knicks in 4. But it's not the headline. Instead, what dominates this conversation now to me is a very awkward situation in Boston between the Celtics, their management, and Jaylen Brown. Headline from ESPN today: Celtics Brad Stevens, president of basketball operations, says Tuesday night that all-star forward Jaylen Brown remains valued by the organization. Stevens' comments, per ESPN, came a day after Shams reported the Celtics offered Brown and 2 first-round picks to the Milwaukee Bucks as part of the trade package for 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'll read that again. The Celtics offered Jaylen Brown and 2 first-round picks to the Milwaukee Bucks for Giannis Antetokounmpo. When that fell apart, when that didn't go through, guess who's still left sitting in there shooting the basketball around in an empty gym in the practice facility in Boston, Massachusetts? Jaylen Brown. Saying, Hey, what the hell was that for? You just told me as an organization, you do not need me. It is not priority for my services to be kept in Boston, Massachusetts. I am not a priority enough that you need Jaylen Brown, the Celtic. How does that guy feel? How do those conversations pan out? The quote, Jaylen Brown is a big part of us, Brad Stevens said. I'm never going to predict the future. Every indication, everything I think about over the last few years has been building around those guys. You never know. But at the same time, the one thing I want to make very clear is how valued he's always been. He's been amazing. He's been an amazing teammate and a great person to be around. Yeah, that's some stuff that I would say after I tried to trade him. That's the rhetoric that I would give. The egg is now on your face. Guess what you don't have? Giannis Antetokounmpo. Guess what you still have? Jaylen Brown, the guy you tried to trade. Guess who's probably not very happy with this? Jaylen Brown, the guy you tried to trade. You know, everything I think about has been building around those guys. You never know. I like Brad Stevens. I think what Brad Stevens has done with the Celtics is admirable, no doubt. Brought a championship back to Boston. But for him to say that everything he's thought about the last few years has been building around those guys, building around Jaylen Brown, no, it's not, Brad. No, it's not. The reports are clear, and they're undisputed now, that you were going to trade Jaylen Brown for Giannis. And I understand. There's a piece of this where you could push back and be like, hey, dude, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Guys get threatened. You know, we threaten to trade guys all the time. You get over it, you move on. And maybe it's that black and white. Maybe it's that cut and dry for you. But this isn't just business. These are human beings involved. You know, at work, if you're working in Stephenville, Texas, and your boss wants to transfer you to the offices in Tyler, like, hey, what the hell is that for, man? I just got the memo that Derek in accounting got transferred to Tyler, and it was supposed to be me. You were going to send me to Tyler? Yeah, I mean, it's business. I mean, I was thinking about the next few years. I want to build around you. No, you don't. You are shipping me off to another branch of the company. Well, it's business. Yes, it's business, but there are still human beings. Throw yourself in that situation. Put yourself in Jaylen Brown's shoes. Put yourself in Stephenville, Texas, getting shipped off to Tyler. I got to uproot my family. I got to uproot my house. You were just going to do that to me? I thought I was a valuable piece here. 2024 Finals MVP. Finished 6th in MVP voting this past season. Carried the team with Jason Tatum out. One of the great athletes the city of Boston has had on the basketball floor especially. You wanted me gone? You wanted me to be the centerpiece in Milwaukee? You're showing me I'm a tradable asset rather than an untouchable MVP caliber guy that helped lead your team this year? Not the first time either. 2022. He was linked to rumors involving Kevin Durant and a trade. His name was, quote, splashed all over the place, per Sportsnet. And now this has just become rumor fatigue. Brown is eligible for a massive 2-year contract extension. And another, I'm not going to say this, I'll say another failed trade attempt should mean that a guy who wants to be a franchise icon, but obviously is not valued as such by the Boston Celtics, should probably see the writing on the wall and just go. And just go. At some level with this whole thing, you have been told by the executive, the upper-level management of the Boston Celtics, you are not invaluable. We don't need you. If you're comfortable with that and want to stay, that's fine. But I'd probably want to get out of town after that. at some point, now that the rumors are happening again and again, even after I won a finals MVP, a championship for this city, that you might want to trade Jaylen Brown, I'd probably want out. Addie Bates produces. Laura Jimenez runs the board. When we come back, let's give you our idiots of the day. It's Westwood One Sports. It is the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
This is Westwood One Sports.
Listen as the wind blows from across the great divide. Voices trapped in yearning, memories trapped in time. The night is my companion, and solitude my guide. Would I spend forever here and not be satisfied? And I would be the one to hold you down, kiss you so hard, I'll take your breath away. And after I
is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. Brought it up a couple times today. Want to do it again and say thank you to Curtis Poindexter for 6 months, the first 6 months of this show since December 28th for helping build and construct what we have today with the Drake Toll Show. Curtis is moving on to big radio opportunities in the sky. Yeah, bonk. And we are incredibly excited for him and incredibly excited for what is next in Curtis's adventure. Hopefully, Blip and Nitro. Oh, no. What do we do with Blip and Nitro now? The people are asking. Did we kill Blip and Nitro?
I don't know. The algae. I think the algae. I think that's what killed him.
Yeah, there's a lot of algae going on.
Curtis went
to Galveston. Curtis went to Galveston. Then he went to the reflecting pool, and we haven't heard from him since. So if you find Curtis, let us know.
Is this him?
It's not the AI duck. He's not the AI duck.
Wait, can I say something though? This whole time you've been saying the wrong date. You want to look back? The 28th is a Sunday. We did not start on a Sunday.
No, there's no way.
It's 29th.
No way.
29th. I started on the 29th. Curtis started on the 30th.
Idiot.
Idiot.
Day.
Yes, this is real. It only just occurred to me to go look and check. So.
Wow. Well,
we were all,
okay.
We were all
Screw Curtis for whatever he did on December 28th. Not a real day.
He was doing football.
Yeah, probably. It was a Sunday.
Yeah.
The common misconception, Armin Williams, our boss, the program director, called a week ago, and we were talking about Blip and Nitro, because I was like, what happens now to Blip and Nitro? Curtis is, the two superheroes that Curtis served as the valiant sidekick of for so long. And Armin said, oh, that's weird. I always thought you and Addie were Blip and Nitro. Like, no, Blip and Nitro are their own separate characters in this Curtis storybook. This is not this. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't.
You think you and I could work together as superheroes? You think we could do that?
Oh, nothing's getting saved. Nothing's getting done. The law firm is don't go.
Laura, that's the thing. Is Blip and Nitro? They were missing one major key piece to solving most of their mysteries, and it was both of them lacked the ability to smell. In response to this, they had taken up the services of one Curtis, who was nonverbal but could smell like the best. He could smell things from miles away.
Private's investigator.
Correct. He was the private's investigator, and so he would.
Okay.
They would enlist the services of his big sniffer, and he would help them.
Big sniffer.
He would help them solve the mysteries of the world, Blip and Nitro. And then they would catch the culprit, thanks to Curtis. And nice job, Curtis!
Yay!
Sadly, as Curtis has moved on from the show, we did have to kill Blip and Nitro. We did have to take them out back and
ethically euthanize.
There's a really
no spirit in the sky.
Yeah, there's a question about what is ethical in euthanasia and what is not, and we can have that conversation now.
Okay.
It's a great story. I can't have my mother on right now to tell it, but when it was an anniversary present, like a 10-year anniversary, which is a weird 10-year anniversary for mom and dad, two of their best friends. They decided to go to the horse races. So guy takes wife to the horse races for the first time. She's super excited, like, oh yeah, I'll try it out. Like this can be super fun for us. First race, horse is coming around the track, falls, breaks leg. What do? They pop up a tent. They get it done right then, right there.
Oh no!
And mortified. I didn't know, and this was in Arkansas. So maybe we only did that in Arkansas. Maybe it's the most humane way to do it.
I don't think they do that here in California.
Probably not. There's no way they do it in California. No way they do it in Austin, Texas. There's no chance.
I don't think Austin.
Well,
Austin's not the same as Texas.
Okay, that's true. That is true.
Yeah, it's very different. And so that was the end of their horse racing dates from there. I was also unaware until that day that they just pop the tent up and just bang. You hear it all happen right then, right there. Just drag it away.
That's
and
crazy.
They just pitch a tent.
That's crazy. Okay.
So that's what we did with Blip and Nitro. We brought them to our local horse racing event. We brought them to the Belmont Stakes. Pop them a tent, middle of turn 3. And that was that. So look what you've done, Curtis. Look what you've done. This is what happened to Blip and Nitro in response. It is Wednesday, June 24th, the year of our Lord 2026, and time for our Idiots of the Day. Sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. Idiot of the Day is NBA player Lou Will, who says that he's poor. Listen to this.
So the average NBA player plays for 4 years, and then the following 5 years, they go broke. Easy numbers game, bro. Yeah. Easy numbers game. I do it like this. You make $5 million, 2.5 of that gone. You got agent fees, probably another 50 of that gone. You got your dues. A lot of people don't know we got dues for the NBPA. So yeah, you got dues. So everybody put their money in the pot. So you figure you got 450 NBA players. I think the dues is 15 to 20 grand a year. Everybody put it in the pot. That's how we able to get our health care and all of that. It's like, they know that. Yeah, you got dues. Then you got your personal staff. So I'm talking about just the staff of financial advisor, probably 1%. Agent at a high number is going to get 4%. Right. But you can negotiate from 1 to 4. Okay. So before you look up, you probably have 1.5 million off of 5 with nothing. And these Benzes that we keep talking about in these mansions, these girlfriends and these Chanel bags, before you know it, you're not a millionaire no more.
Right. What? Did he just tell me that making $5 million is bad and he is poor? This is from the Underground Lounge podcast. And obviously no one at all on the internet was feeling bad for Lou Will, the NBA player. He said the average NBA player goes broke. $5 million. Hold on. He says you make $5 million, 2.5 of that is gone. Why? You know why it's probably gone, Lou Will? Because you can't do math. It's probably gone because you're probably going broke off $5 million because anybody who is just cannot do math. Where did the first $2.5 million just leave? He said he got agent fees, $50,000. Okay, fine. Pay your agent $50,000. That's sure, and that might be on the low end. You have dues. Okay, that's $15,000, $20,000. So $70,000. Your $5 million is gone. Personal staff, financial advisor, probably 1%. Okay, let's say your personal staff, financial advisor. Let's say you give him $50,000. So now we're at $120,000 gone. I'm doing quick math here. Your agent, a high number, gets 4%. Let's give your agent $250,000. Okay, is that what you want? Laura, I'm still around $400,000 gone. And that's on the high end. And he just told me he's only getting $1.5 million to spend on women and Chanel bags out of his $5 million. And the Benz.
Mention the girlfriends in the Chanel.
Oh, and by the way, that $5 million is for 1 year. So guess what happens the next year? You get another $5 million. Congratulations. Am I off base here? Should I feel bad for Lou Will for getting $5 million in a year?
No,
I guess there are taxes.
I'm trying to be like you.
Why can I be honest with you? Can I just say something? If you're dating someone who demands, or married to someone who demands you to get her like Chanel and all that kind of stuff, like come on, like be so for real, and vice versa. If you're a woman making all the money and you're married to someone who's demanding that you buy them all this stuff, like come on. Sorry, that's my gripe of the day. Making all these demands. Be happy with a Big Sin fur bag.
Yeah. I don't know.
I got this. Like this is.
When did you get the pillow of your cat? And why is it making such a frequent appearance on the show today?
Because this was a John Lund thing last week. This was, I got this Big Sin pillow. I've had it. Actually, my ex-boyfriend got it for me, but I'm not going to get rid of it because it's amazing. Right?
I have a blanket that is a picture of both myself and my ex-girlfriend on it, printed onto a blanket.
Oh, that's not the same.
You can burn that one.
Yeah, that's
No.
not the
Or
same.
that one.
Even better, it's what the dogs poo and pee on. it's
Why are your dogs going in the house?
no, it's not what they poo and pee on, but it's what anchors the crate.
You know what?
It's what they get their dirty little grubby paws all over. They step on it and they eat it.
That's fine.
Brrr,
Good for you, Drake Toll.
like dogs do.
Good for you, Drake Toll.
That's so weird to get like a couple. Like I have a blanket with Sinatra and a sombrero that somebody gifted me. I did not make it. Somebody gifted it to me.
Yeah.
PSA, it's really cringe to be giving out stuff with like your faces on it. Please don't do that. Unless you're married.
Unless it's Sinatra.
That too.
Sorry.
I mean two people.
There's
Couple.
no way to give the proper context here to make it sound. It was the goal was silly, goofy, not sweet.
Oh.
It had a Dave Matthews quote on it.
Okay.
It was a joke. It was like a white elephant novelty gift before she
Okay.
moved. She moved to London for 6 months to escape me.
And then she said,
I don't blame her, actually. All of the sudden, all of this, it's all adding up, actually. I like this woman.
So that's the way that it went.
"Oops."
Idiot of the day, not J.J. Watt. He says his first reaction to signing a $100 million contract was Googling what rich people buy. Here's J.J. Watt on how he's not poor.
You sign a $100 million contract. Why did you take to Google?
To figure out what to do with that. It was me and Taylor. He was down here when I signed the contract, and I came home from work that day, and he was hanging out at my house, and I told him, I was like, we did it, like we got a deal done. And he was like, what'd you get? I was like, $100 million. And,
What did he say?
and we both just looked at it, like, he's from Pewaukee, I'm from Pewaukee, we've been friends forever, and we both just kind of like looked at each other like, I got $100 million. It was just the craziest, stupidest grin, like just like, this is the most absurd thing ever. And we were like, what do you do with that? And so we went online. We literally went to Google and we're like, what do rich people buy? And we came across the yachts and jets and cars. I was like, I gotta buy something. I was like, you almost have to buy something. And we literally went through lists and lists, and we're like, nah, there's nothing I need. And now, obviously, I'm fortunate enough to, have some cool things, but still, I don't know if I've really done anything like terribly outlandish.
All right, Lou Will, take notes. $100 million contract. I can't imagine that. What does it feel like the day you sign that? Has to be pretty stunning. And then to go from there and just not, do anything with it. It's pretty awesome. Probably buy a house. But I don't think you need to buy a Chanel and what is the Maserati that Lou Will wanted?
Benz and
A
Chanel's
Benz.
and mansions. Also, can we know the difference in the contracts? Like, that's a big difference in the contract.
That's true. Yeah, NFL, NBA. Good Morning America is currently running the story is headlined by the viral Nature's Ozempic trend. That's what happened to Bliv and Nitro. They took Nature's Ozempic. They took Ozempic the natural way. And I'm stunned sometimes by what comes out of the world we live in. Idiot of the day, the Kachuk brothers. Addie, you want to take this one? That visceral reaction, you can have it.
No, I wouldn't say that. It's great. So, the Panthers announced that, Brady's going to take number 8. He ate with this jersey. And Cake McJab responds with, this announcement dropped 24 hours after the trade because 7 was taken and Brady needed time to calculate what number comes next in the counting alphabet. And then the second tweet. I see why you can't have me do it.
This is good. The second tweet's very good.
Sources reunite. I can't read. Kachuk brothers both wear Kachuk on the back of their jerseys instead of M. Kachuk and B. Kachuk. Those closest to situations say it doesn't really matter because neither of them can read.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Honestly, the Outlook notification almost made that better. It improved the community timing of that. Congratulations to Brady Kachuk for the trade to be with his brother Matthew. Final idiot of the day. This is a good tweet too. Again, I'm so tired of the San Francisco Giants guys with the pride hats and the verses and do whatever you want. I don't think we can talk about it tomorrow. It's probably worth a segment at this point, given what Buster Posey did yesterday. The Giants tweet out, the Giants, with the MLB, dedicate Father's Day to fighting prostate cancer. So they all wore blue accentuated accessories for their uniforms. And one tweeter, bring on the fog, says, what Bible verses are we writing on these today, my guys? It is, that's my question, is if you're going to write a Bible verse on your hat, why not do it every day, all of the time? That's my question.
That's what I've been saying.
Do it every day.
I've been saying that.
You can't, if you really want to promote this, just do it all the time. Be the best way to promote it. It's the best PR. That's the best you could ask for. Coming up, let's talk a little bit more on the NBA draft with Tim Reynolds. Let's talk a little bit more sports with Tim Reynolds. This is Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. And right here on Westwood One Sports, Sirius XM 375, the Drake Toll Show YouTube channel. And every radio show has a YouTube now. Every radio show has to be TV. So we fall in line and done the exact same thing. And today's coverage of the NBA draft, top to bottom, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern time, is all right here on Westwood One Sports. And to help us with it, Tim Reynolds, NBA writer for the AP, joins the Drake Toll Show. And Tim, yesterday's NBA draft, every mock draft that I saw, the predictions and projections of Dybansta goes 1, Peterson goes 2, Boozer goes 3, and the like. We kind of followed the script at least through the first 8 picks. Was there any big surprise in those first 8 picks to you?
No, definitely not a big surprise. I wondered if Utah was going to flip it a little, just because, you know, there were questions about Peterson, the cramping issues and whatever was going on at Kansas. Cameron Boozer is, of course, a Jazz legacy. Carlos played there. It seemed like the pieces would have fallen into place. And then I know it sounds like, okay, well then, if Boozer goes 2, Darren goes 3, then everything just stays the same. I honestly think we could have seen like turmoil at that point. We could have seen it all flip if one thing changed. But no, it seemed as though, 1 was a lock, 4 was a lock, and then from there it was, and again, because it was so guard driven, like you sort of you just got the feeling throughout that, okay, there wasn't going to be any huge surprises. And as far as drafts go, it's the first one I remember in a long time that largely went pretty true to form. There weren't too many things that made you say, wow, what was that all about? There might have been a couple of picks toward the end of the first round, but for the most part, it was a very predictable night from a very unpredictable league. I have always been told, growing up in small town Arkansas, you never make promises you can't keep. And I promised our listener base that the Dallas, I should say, let's actually, the Utah Jazz would find a way with Ryan Smith, his BYU connection with AJ Dybansta, that he would find a way to get AJ Dybansta either trading up or with the big hope that Washington takes Peterson. Dybansta still left there at 2. The Dybansta deserved to go number 1 in my opinion. And in the end, I couldn't keep that promise. AJ Dybansta is a member of the Washington Wizards today. Did it surprise you at all that Ryan Smith did not interject himself somewhere in here alongside Danny Ainge to ensure that Dybansta stayed in the Beehive State? Short answer, no. Longer answer, not really. And again, I think it's, look, I've never lived in Utah. I am somewhat familiar with how things work in the state, and extremely passionate about the Jazz. We know this. Yeah. Extremely passionate about basketball. We know this. AJ Dybansta played at BYU. He did not play at the University of Utah. So right there, you get the feeling, and it's not, for those who have never been or aren't experienced with how Utah operates, it's not a 50-50 split, but sometimes it really feels like it is. Yeah. And I kind of wonder if the Jazz didn't go all in to move up, to get number 1, because they felt like half of their fan base would have been like, what are we doing? Yeah. And I think that's a very real thing. I also think, look, they did what they did last season. They did not always operate with extreme focus on winning individual basketball games. We'll call it. We won't say the T word. We'll say what they did. Yeah. I'm sure they were thrilled to get to. And let's face it, they needed a guard. They needed a guard. So it worked out well for them. I just wonder, I think the pressures of AJ being in Utah, a state that, again, he was only in for 1 year, but I think it would have come with a lot of ancillary stuff that I'm not sure would have been always the most fun for the Jazz or for AJ.
Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press during the Drake Toll Show. And Tim, I certainly want to get this Giannis deal more than anything in your coverage of the Miami Heat. But I thank you for fielding these draft questions to start it off. The last thing I'll throw at you, I was pretty surprised by where the Dallas Mavericks ended up going. Not that they took a Michigan kid. That wasn't shocking. But Morez Johnson Jr. instead of a Mara, instead of Yaxel Lendenborg, or even instead of Braden Burries, who a lot of folks had them slotted at 9. If you were to pick a team, I said the Dallas Mavericks, if you were to pick a team that had the most question marks around their strategy from round 1, would it be Dallas?
It's a really good question. Question marks, but not necessarily in not carrying the negative connotation that we think. Like, look, we always, parents of multiple children will understand this. Which one's your favorite? And it's a really difficult question to answer. Now, for my mother, she has 3. I'm somewhere between second and third. I fully accept that. I get it. It's fine. No problem. Yeah. For Dusty May, in your first full day on the job in Dallas, which one of the Michigan players would you like best? It's going to be a really awkward moment in a lot of ways for Dusty. I mean, he can only pick one, and he's been there 5 minutes. I'm not even sure how much of a say he had in the pick. So again, there was a lot of unusual, but you're right. As when we started this talk, man, it was the first 8 we kind of knew.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people correctly predicted that they might not have gotten Morez Johnson right, but they correctly predicted that the intrigue kind of started at 9 with Dallas. And it has been a very intriguing offseason for the Dallas Mavericks. Masai Ujiri, now Dusty May, now Morez Johnson. It has not been boring in Dallas for certain. And I don't think they could have gone wrong. I don't think they could have gone wrong. I thought they were going to take Mara. I did. I thought they were going to take the he's 7'3", but he's not a 7'3" stiff. The kid can play. And, you are going to be in a state with Victor Wembanyama for a very long time.
Yep.
I thought they'd go the size route. But, again, I don't think there was a bad choice among the 3 Michigan kids who were available to them in that spot. And of course, watching them go quickly, I think that was a really good moment, really good hour for the Wolverines, if you will. And Lendenborg, where he ended up, could not have ended up in a better spot, I don't think. And the moments with his mom on the ESPN broadcast and all that, what a really good hour. What a good advertisement for whoever's going to get that Michigan basketball job. We do this. I think that was it was a fun way for them to cap a pretty amazing ride under Dusty.
Absolutely. And the Adai Mara, whoever let Adai Mara get to Oklahoma City, we should have played keep away. That's just, it's completely unfair that he will now stand tall against a team like San Antonio as the league prepares to defend Victor Wembanyama for years to come. He is the Miami expert joining the Drake Toll Show. Tim Reynolds from the Associated Press. And Tim, again, thanks for a little draft on the front end here, but it's the big news. It's the headline. It's what we've covered all day today, almost more so than the NBA draft. The Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. And there's the Knicks side and the Celtics side, but it's the Miami Heat that ultimately had the right offer at the right time to land Giannis Antetokounmpo. As it pertains to Miami, does this make the Heat and Eric Spoelstra a finals, a championship contender at the top of basketball?
No, not yet.
Okay,
not yet. There's more to do, but they are many exits closer to the finals off ramp. Yeah, they are. I mean, this is they 4 straight years of play in, and again, and some of that was bad luck, some of that was injury, some of that was the Butler saga, and they did get to a finals one year as a play in. It feels like a lifetime ago. It was only 2023. It's really not. I mean, Heat fans are long suffering. They haven't been to a finals in 3 years, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, right,
but
right.
Down here, it feels like they haven't done anything in about a century. They need shooters, and they know this. They've got a lot of ways to do math, but 60, 63 million, something like that they can, they're going to, before they get to that hard cap, and Andy Ellisberg he has proven time and time again, from 2006 and really before that too, that if you give Andy Ellisberg $1 full of cap space, he's going to find a way to spend it 3 times. And they're just masterful at finding ways to get guys into really tight spaces on the spending ledger. They'll have to do that again. I can tell you that they've, even 2 or 3 weeks ago, before they knew they were going to get Giannis. And by the way, that ride, the last 48 hours of the Giannis saga was as topsy-turvy as everybody thinks it was. They thought they're going to get him. They thought they're not going to get him. They thought they're going to get him. The back and forth was crazy. But they had spent a few weeks figuring out, okay, if we get this guy, then what do we do with it? So they had gone out. They had figured out what shooters might be available. They know they can't go out and just absorb a $30 million guy. That's not going to happen. They've got to figure out creative ways to get some really good shooters around Giannis and Bam. That's what they're going to need. They're going to end up looking for another ball handler. Obviously, they know where, because Tyler Hero played an awful lot of point guard for that basketball team.
Yeah.
They know what they need. And so they're not a finals team today as currently constructed. I have a real funny feeling that by October 1 or whatever date training camp starts this year, they'll be in the mix with the Knicks, probably with Boston. Cleveland, I don't think is going away. They'll be in that mix with a few other teams to say we have the most legitimate chance of getting to the NBA Finals.
Tim, the vibe in Milwaukee, I was there 2 weeks ago, and we love to put these big fat head posters of human beings on hotels. It's almost always hotels. And that whole city is just Giannis Antetokounmpo. There are hourly workers that are peeling off pieces of Giannis Antetokounmpo from buildings today, and as they have the last 24 hours, as the full city rebrands. They were in love with Giannis. There's a mourning happening in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Conversely, is there a buzz in Miami around a move like this? What is the pulse of the city?
The pulse of the city, I think, when it happened, there's the celebration, and there were some people outside the arena, not a lot. It's it has happened here during a World Cup, and the city is very much World Cup right now. Scotland, Brazil, here in Miami later today. The Tartan Army sort of took over a Marlins game Monday night. It is very soccer mad right now in Miami, and the draft party that the Heat threw last night was kind of a dud, except for the fact that the Tartan Army had never been on a basketball court before. They'd never touched a basketball. They didn't know what it was. A lady who was leaving, who was part of that group, who was leaving the draft party, grabbed my sleeve as she was walking out and said, "Who won?" Like they thought, some of them thought they were out of game. Like, so they made it interesting. But it's like, okay, it's relief. I think when they have their introductory event for Giannis, that's when it's going to get crazy here again. And I will say this: I did talk to some people in the organization yesterday, as you'd expect. Let's just say season tickets were moving briskly.
Yeah.
So there is a renewed. There's some renewed energy, but mostly it's relief. It's Pat Riley chased another one, and the team said, "Okay, we like your offer." And they've been dragged so many times. Didn't get Kevin Durant, didn't get Damian Lillard. Those were not really unilateral decisions. I mean, they were all in on trying to get what Pat used to call the whales. He stopped using that term, but this one, I mean, they could have given more. The perception that, Milwaukee got everything from the Heat. Hello, Larson's still here. There was another pick that could have gone on. Nikola Jovic is still here. There were other assets that were talked about that Miami found a way to hang on to. So yeah, there's relief, there's excitement. I will say that the images last night of Giannis and Bam together at a Las Vegas Aces game, I think that might have started the momentum toward, oh boy, this is going to be fun. I think that will some people up in this town that it's a little bit more real now.
Man, Tim, incredibly grateful for you being up early with us. Again, Tim Reynolds, Associated Press, joining the Drake Toll Show. I got to sneak one more in there for the hockey nerds out there, or just a general hockey fan. You should be excited about this. Brady Tkachuk with the Panthers. Stay excited, at least tuned into it. Brady Tkachuk pairing with his brother in Florida. This move, again, we're talking contention. Does this put the Panthers in a spot where now they feel like, hey, we are the championship window is open wide, and we want to win now still?
Oh yeah, and it's going to stay that way. I mean, they've got so much of their core under contract for years to come. I'm pretty sure that they'll find ways. I think it's E2 Luostarinen is about the only guy in that top 9 who isn't really locked up for multiple years. I have a real funny feeling that they'll change that shortly around noon on July 1.
Yeah.
I don't expect that he would want to leave just because this group it's very, very different. Bill Zito and Paul Maurice have walked into a great situation. They have an owner that spends to the absolute line, and Vincent Viola. They'll spend every dollar available on talent. The room gets along famously well. Guys want to be here. Some of them want to work in the morning. They live so close to the training facility that they walk there. Some guys take golf carts there. The issue, of course, that they're facing right now is goaltending. And Matthew Tkachuk made it very clear after the last game of the season. We want Sergei Bobrovsky. He made it very, very clear. I do not. I know there's some numbers floating around as far as what Bob wants and what it's going to take and how the math doesn't math. I would be surprised if Sergei Bobrovsky is not a Florida Panther. Wow. So that tells you that, yes, completely all in. And when you have Giannis in this market now, the guy from our local soccer club, that Messi fellow, just became the all-time leader in World Cup goal scoring. Now you add Brady Tkachuk to a ridiculously stacked core of forwards. If they are healthy, they're going to be in the championship mix. The Marlins, we're halfway through the year, and the Marlins are in the wild card hunt. And I do think the Dolphins got it right, with the front office changes. And it seems like they are starting the rebuild quite well this time. Pretty fun time in South Florida right now. But yes, 20 years ago, nobody would have believed it. It's a basketball town. It is. And 10 years ago, nobody would have believed it was going to be a hockey town. People are nuts for the Florida Panthers here, and the Brady Tkachuk signing only makes them nuttier.
Tim, we'll inevitably have you on next week when the Dolphins bring Tom Brady out of retirement to play quarterback. I think
the Marlins are also getting Tom Brady. It's amazing how they're just everyone's all in.
That's great. Tim Reynolds, Associated Press. How can folks best follow you through the craziness of the Miami sports world that's at the top of the sports world this week?
Oh, it's by Tim Reynolds on the social platforms, and of course AP, just apnews.com. Go there. I don't need the follows. Go click on a story. Read people. Read. Thank you.
Read. I love it. Thanks again, Tim. Incredible perspective from Miami right there. The city of stars in the world of sports. Tim Reynolds. It's good stuff. Excited to have him on again here pretty soon. Man, Tkachuk to Giannis to Messi. What else do you need? Tom Brady out of retirement. When we come back, did AJ Dybansta deserve to go number 1? Probably. But Darren Peterson did not like going number 2. This is the Drake Toll Show. This This is what they play in the clubs in Miami. I've been there. I've seen it. I've witnessed Dylan Schmidt, my college roommate, fall asleep on the dance floor, standing up in position, like little wrist flick.
Oh my gosh,
like yes, he's doing a little wrist
frat flick, the frat flick.
He seems just kind of doze, like chin down, doze off, standing up straight, arm just kind of like cocked a little bit, like what? Schmidt, wake up! Can't fall asleep here. Don't fall asleep here, please. Don't do that. 11. That's one of the clubs. 11. I think it's the one I've frequented the most.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in my time, my partying days. That's
right. Age of what?
24. Back when I was 24. That's what I was getting down to. I am 25 now. So I've moved on. I have calmed down. I was in bed by 10:33 last night. I fell asleep before the end of the first round of the draft. So things have really slowed down in my life.
Quite the party animal.
I'm a dog dad. They are sitting next to me right now. One of the dogs is under the desk. Another dog is leaned up against a box of. So I have a microphone stand. I have a box of just junk and random things to weight down the stand. Otherwise, the microphone's so heavy it'll tip the stand over. And the dog has decided to use such as a pillow. So just this pile of junk has become Sunday's pillow today. Dog.
That's what it is.
Dog.
I was like, because it did just look like a thing of trash.
They don't respond to dogs. Yeah.
Sonus is not trash, guys.
No. If you look at it's equipment that Westwood once sent, and then underneath it says empty Miller Lite bottle, Gatorade bottles. That's what I mean.
There's an amplifier. There are two amplifiers. There's my personal and then a company one, and then sitting next to those there's a microphone. Yes, a Gatorade bottle and a Miller Lite bottle. Because those are heavy. They're weighted.
Wow.
I don't think Darren Peterson really wanted to get drafted second overall. Do you?
Who does?
I don't know. I don't know if Utah Jazz fans are very excited today about what happened yesterday. I don't know if Darren Peterson's very excited to be a member of the Utah Jazz. Here's what Darren Peterson said about being drafted in that 2 spot.
I can't go back and change anything now. Obviously, I want to be number 1 pick, but I went number 2. So now I'm prepared to go to Utah and get to work. There's always been a tip on my shoulders. I wouldn't say add anything else, but now it'll always be on my mind my whole career.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm a Jazz fan, does that excite you? You're like, yeah, can't believe we got that guy. Yeah, woo!
Get ready to learn dirty soda. Okay.
Yeah, swig, buddy. Come on now. I love Salt Lake City. I can't speak on behalf of Darren Peterson, but I love Salt Lake. I love Provo. I love the state of Utah, the Beehive State. They're the mountains, the Salt Flats. They have the Salt Flats. Shoot you straight, dog. If I was a pioneer back in the day and I got to a lake and it was all made of salt, I'd be pretty freaked out. I'd be like, okay, that's pretty cool, guys. That's a novelty at the very least. Yaxel Lendenborg had the quote of the night last night. Yaxel played at Michigan for his final year of college basketball under Dusty May. And now he's teammates with notable Michigan State. I don't know if he graduated, but at least played there. Notable Michigan State basketball alumni, Draymond Green. Here's what Yaxel had to say about his new partnership.
What if Draymond says you could have number 23 if you rock Michigan State gear for the entire season?
Nah. I'm not doing that, man. I hate those guys. I've only been there for 1 year, but I definitely hate those guys. All that they were saying, and they can't really say much because I went 2-0 against them this year. So they're going to be little brother forever, and I'm not going to represent the losers ever.
Yeah, you got him, Yaxel Lendenborg. Good stuff. Now a member of the Golden State Warriors. Also, tomorrow's game between the United States and Turkey is at 10 o'clock Eastern time. I ain't staying up for all that, man. I ain't staying up for all that. I like soccer. I like the World Cup. What are we doing? What's happening here?
What's going on?
What's going on? It's time. No. It's Wednesday. It's time for the worst game we've ever invented.
Which one? Yeah.
It's just because you're bad at it.
Who am I?
Cue up the pigeon song. There it is. I love pigeons.
All right.
Alrighty.
Me versus Laura. Play the game.
All right, can you get your head up for the love of God? Stop acting like a child.
This is you on the
Thank
show
you.
yesterday, all show.
Because I couldn't hear anything.
Every time I was watching the streams, it's just you doing this.
And then there was something with the guest, and then...
Oh, man, we don't gotta go there again, all right, guys.
Anyways, you have to guess this person born on this day in 1947. He's a British rock drummer for the band Fleetwood Mac.
I don't know.
Mac. Last name Mac.
Yes.
No.
Fleetwood. Jimmy Fleetwood.
Mick Fleetwood.
Oh.
Dang it.
Okay, y'all are great at this.
I got half the name, so that counts for
Yep, all right. Born on this day in 1987, he's a famous football striker from Argentina.
Messi.
Good job, yes. It is
Lionel
Messi.
Messi.
Take that, Drake. All right, born on this day in 2001, this was an American Little League baseball pitcher. And the first... Thank you.
Paul Skeens?
The first girl to pitch a shutout.
It is Monet Davis's birthday. It is Monet Davis's birthday. I told her happy birthday this morning.
And then you said Paul Skeens.
I just thought 2001 pitcher, and I was like, Paul Skeens is around that age.
No,
it is
he's
Monet's
younger.
birthday.
Anyways.
Happy birthday to Monet Davis. I did.
There you go.
I texted Monet Davis this morning and said happy birthday. I should have known. I should have gotten that one right. Sorry.
She's probably listening. She probably turned off the radio.
Yeah, she probably is. She listens
All right,
to the
born
show.
on this day in 1996, this is an English actor. He was in Baby Girl, The Iron Claw, Beach Rats. He's very gorgeous.
Dead or alive?
Alive. I don't know.
Harris Dickinson. Good job, guys.
Of course. I should have known Harris Dickinson.
Have you not seen The Iron Claw?
No.
I haven't seen it yet. I know I've basically seen it.
Is it the wrestling
All right.
one?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's amazing.
I know,
All right, here's your final one. This person was an American artist and filmmaker who was considered a key figure in the pop art movement of the 1960s.
Warhol.
Woody.
Yes.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Addie Bates produces. Laura Jimenez runs the board. Armin Williams, Colin Jones, Ryan McGuire, and Bruce Gilbert. I do them in different order every day. I don't think I've ever done it in the same order once. This has been, thank you for a job. Always will be. You Bet is coming up. It's Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, and the Drake Toll Show.